Hello, this is going to be a 190 Q&A test. The plaintiff attorney is Mr. Adams, A-D-A-M-S. Defense attorney is Mr. Zimmer, Z-I-M-M-E-R. Again, plaintiff attorney, Mr. Adams, A-D-A-M-S. Defense is Mr. Zimmer, Z-I-M-M-E-R. This is going to start off with plaintiff attorney. Defense attorney. Ready? Okay, again, I'm not in any way being demeaning. You have not been trained on that system. No, that's just my knowledge of it. You don't know the terminology of what the equipment is called? Correct. What happened is, to use the total station, there has to be some equipment that's used and placed and held in a certain position. Is that the idea? Yes, that is right. And then maybe the operator uses another part of the system, and I guess in some form or fashion, that becomes a way to plot the scene of the accident? Yes. All right. The person who was plotting the scene using the total station was Harmon? That is correct. Was there anybody else other than you helping with this process? Not to my knowledge, no. He would tell you what to do and you'd do it? That is correct. Hold this pole here and let me do my thing, that kind of a deal. Is that about right? Yes. Okay, other than that, did you help in any other way? No. Did you help in any actual taking of measurements? Did you help in the reading of any kind of equipment measurements? Did you do anything like that? No, I didn't. And if we go back to your diagram on page 4, did you put on your diagram that there were any skid marks left by the motorcycle? No, that doesn't occur on a sketch. So the answer would be there's no skid marks left by the motorcycle, at least on the diagram number 4, page 4. They're not required on that sketch. I'm not trying to talk about what's required or not. What I want to make certain is, when I look at the factual diagram here on page 4, you didn't record that there was any skid marks left by the motorcycle, correct? That is correct. You didn't leave any skid marks left by the truck either, correct? Correct. And did you record was there any gouge marks left by the motorcycle on the factual diagram on page 4? On the sketch, there are no gouge marks, no. Are there any marks in the roadway whatsoever on the factual diagram on page 4 that you attributed to the happening of this accident? No, there are not. Okay, on pages 6 through 8. Did Officer Harmon report there were any skid marks or tire marks in any way left from either vehicle of those pages? He reported that there was a tire friction mark. And which page are you looking at? This is on page 7, Your Honor. Thank you. And that's at line 3? Correct. And then let me ask this. Did you see any tire friction marks at the scene of the accident? Yes, I did. On the times that you'd been by the scene of this accident before the accident, you'd noticed that there was tire friction marks out there before this accident, true? I'm unsure of it. I don't know the answer to that. You don't know one way or the other? That is right. I don't know. There could have been marks that were left, skid marks and friction marks, before the happening of this accident, and there may not have been. You just don't know? That is right. I don't know. What we have is counsel was kind enough to bring a comprehensive set of photographs. We're going to mark these as our next in order, which I believe is 14. Yes, it is number 14 marked for identification. These are the photographs that were, you understand, these are all the photographs that the other officer took. Yes, Officer Harmon took the pictures. Do you mean of the scene? Yes, of the scene. I'm not trying to be tricky here. I'm sorry. Your Honor, number 15 here is going to be the photographs of the motorcycle inspection. So stipulated. Is this an accurate picture? Yes, that is right. Mark that as 15 now so we don't forget. And just so you know, counsel was kind enough also to put the actual numbering on each one hand by hand. He took them and put each one on by hand. So that is commendable. Thank you. So let me ask you this. Take a look at the photographs that we have. I'm looking at photographs 100-7189 through 100-7226. From 7189 to 7226, tell me if you see any tire friction marks on the roadway in any of those photographs, whether or not they were caused by this accident. There appears to be one that's visible on 100-7189. Is that how we are labeling them? Well, right now, 158. No. Just ignore that number. Okay, it's the 72, 7189. 7189, yeah. Do you see that? The tire friction mark or a tire friction mark on the eastbound side of the road? I can see some on the westbound side too. Do you see any tire friction marks whatsoever on the eastbound side of the road? I can't be sure if those are tire friction marks or if they are actually shadows from the power lines. Okay, do you see any tire friction marks on that photo on the west side of the road? Yes, I can see some. And let me take a look at what you are saying. Point, if you will, to the friction mark you're talking about. It's right here. What we'll do is I'm going to have you on that come up and circle that using one of those markers up there. Make it nice and big so the jury can see it. Why don't we use the red one? I'm sorry, why don't we use the red pin? Do we have a red pin up there? I kind of like the gold one. If there's a red one, then you can use that one. Do you want me to circle the entire? Yes, circle it nice and big so everyone can see it, okay? Okay. May the record reflect the witness has done so? Yes, so noted. Do you know the last time you'd been by the scene of this accident prior to the happening of this accident? You mean if it was there? No. I'm just asking the last time it was that you were by the scene before the accident happened. I'm sorry, but I can't recall the exact last time. Okay, do you know if the mark that you circled here on Exhibit 14 at photo 7189, do you know if that was actually caused by this accident or not? Do you have any personal knowledge? No, I don't. And do you see there appears to be other friction marks on the roadway on the westbound side in this photograph? Yes, I do. I can see those. And do you know what caused those friction marks? No, I don't. Now, would you agree that those friction marks were there before the happening of this accident? They appear to be, yes. Okay, with regard to the friction mark that you circled, did you ever go to the motorcycle and in any way compare the tires that are on the motorcycle and the width of the tires or the characteristics of the tires on the motorcycle that was involved in this accident with that particular friction mark that you circled? No. On Exhibit 14, photo 7189? No, I didn't compare the marks. Are you aware of anybody having done that? No. Okay, did you ever speak to Officer Harmon about that friction mark? No, I didn't. Did you ever ask Officer Harmon the question, Officer Harmon, was that mark from this accident or could it have been here before this accident? Did you ever ask him that question? No, I did not. As you sit here today, either could be true. Is that correct? That is true. All right, other than where we have the notation by Officer Harmon on page 7 on line 3, where it says it was a 4.6 long tire friction mark. Other than that, are you aware of Officer Harmon on pages 6 through 8 talking about any other tire marks? No, I'm not. Are you aware of Officer Harmon recording any kind of gouge marks in the pavement that he attributed to the happening of this accident? No. Are you aware of any gouge marks or roadway markings in the roadway in any form or fashion that were attributed to the happening of this accident by anybody in this investigation? No. With regard to the point of the area of impact, strike that. With regard to the area of impact, did you determine the area of impact before this collision? I consulted Officer Harmon about it. And when you say that you consulted him about it, this accident, strike that. This accident was your accident to investigate. Is that correct? That is correct. Okay, we have a small word list. The only thing on our word list is Officer Harmon, which is capital OFF. Harmon, capital HARMON. And that is all of the word list. Good luck and have a great day.